Hey everyone, how's it going? Dadbodz Gaming here, your hosts LeoHeart and PyroClause. Today we're going to be talking about the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Zombies trailer that was just released. Going to give you our thoughts, what we're looking forward to about this, and hopefully we'll be able to get your guys' thoughts in the comments. Um, so yeah, Leo, do you want to start off? How are you feeling about this?
I don't know. I think it's pretty good. It actually looks really good. Like we were talking about it earlier. The beginning of the trailer kind of reminded me of the Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City when there's like, you know, like special forces or like soldier or like are surrounding around the city and all of a sudden like infected came out of nowhere, right?
Right.
But I always like the Modern Warfare graphics and the gameplay. Hopefully, it stays the same, like how smooth it is in the past. So, correct me if I'm wrong. Um, the Modern Warfare 3 in the past didn't have zombies, right? I think this is on this one they just added it, right?
If I'm not mistaken, yeah. So this is the first time. It's been forever since since I had played Modern Warfare 3, the original, but I think that it was just the campaign and online multiplayer that we saw originally. Um, I don't know if Zombies was a game mode in the previous Modern Warfare games. Unfortunately, it's been so long since I played, but yeah, for this one at least, it is new, and I believe I hope I'm not spouting lies here, but my understanding is that this is actually going to be open world zombies kind of format. So instead of being
Like per
instanced, I
level.
guess, or yeah, levels.
Yeah.
It's gonna be more. I haven't seen much on it, but I'm almost thinking it's gonna be kind of similar to say like Destiny, where it's kind of you have the ability to roam around, explore, and I guess we'll see what kind of maps it is if it's
Hmm.
an amalgamation of a couple of the maps, um, or if we're going to be seeing something like Verdansk or something like that, right? Um, how are you feeling about that? If we are going to have like an open world COD Zombies versus the kind of what we're used to being kind of thrown into a very limited, uh, level scheme kind of thing.
I don't know. I think I'm okay with that, man. Honestly, like I can see it like kind of like the game that I used to play, like I believe it's called Ark, right? Um, and I can see like the vibe of like open world, like kind of feel of like what's that what's that other Call of Duty kind of the big map one,
Oh,
Warzone kind of thing,
yeah, yeah.
right? So I'm okay with that, honestly, man. I think it's probably gonna be of a good change because I know the past few zombies is always level based, which I don't mind. I enjoy, especially the maps in the old one, like I believe it's called Derice and whatever. That I like some of the maps, but I think it's a good change, especially hopefully Modern Warfare, like because I know there's two makers of Call of Duty, right? Like I think Modern Warfare has a different maker from the guys from like Black Ops, for example. I think these guys are probably gonna try to do their own take on zombies, just to make a little bit of a change, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
But I'm excited for it, man. I'm always down for any zombie games, man. Honestly, like I mentioned, I'm a big fan of Resident Evil to you before, right? So I'm excited for this one, honestly. And also, what I heard too is looks like it's gonna be, but I could be wrong. It looks like it's gonna be like a max of people in the room is 6 people. Remember before it was only four, but I heard
Yeah.
this one can be max of 4 people. 6 people. Sorry.
I was gonna say going from a max of 4 to 4. That's you know bold move on the developers part, but
But
really, really switching it up. Uh, no, you know what? If we are getting that open world, I think that having six is definitely going to be a benefit, right? You know, there's definitely going to be those teams that go in, you know, two, three people. Some guys are going to run these solo and are going to just dominate. Um, I don't know about you, but I don't have the time to that I can put to do stuff like that solo. You know, I
mm,
have a hard enough time to carve an hour out of my day these days to really get gaming in. But you know, this is definitely one that I'm gonna be setting some time aside when the wife and kid go to sleep. I think I'm gonna be sneaking downstairs to get as much of this in as I can.
oh,
Um,
exactly, man. We're both dads, so definitely that's going to be something we need to set aside for, you know. That's why, we're getting some Dadbodz going on here, right? That's what our gaming channel is called, right?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And also, too, I was gonna add, I could see this probably, but like I said, I could be wrong. Looks like an open world. Maybe they might even be similar to the game called The Day Before. It's an open world zombie game, right?
That's what you were saying. Yeah, you know what? I haven't had much time to look into the day before, but you reminded me. Thank you. I am gonna make a note somewhere, probably in my phone here, so that I can look into that because that's another one that definitely sounds interesting.
It is, man. Especially I find these like open world are getting really popular, right? I think, well, let's say it kind of started from Minecraft, right? You know how Minecraft was like it was big back in the day, and now all of a sudden I'm starting to see more games are kind of like leaning towards that, you know?
Yeah, the generative kind of style, right? It's
Yeah.
now it'll be interesting to see. You know, I don't think that this is going to necessarily be a generative kind of open world as it were. You know, like I said, I think that we're going to see something more like Destiny, where there are going to be limitations,
Yeah, I
you know,
agree.
to the game or the world size, but it's yeah, you know, it's definitely going to be interesting. It's definitely something that I'm excited for. I've been looking forward to for a while. You know, can't wait to actually see how this turns out. You know, I've got the I've got the video going on in the background here, and keeps catching my eye every time I see the zombies come up. You know, I love how they're introducing them in this. You know, they're kind of going back. Sounds like they've got some of the old audio for the zombies still. Um,
Yeah,
so
from
you know,
Nazi zombie days.
yeah, so we're gonna have something that's a little familiar, but still new, right? So I
Exactly.
think that's
That
gonna be exciting.
that's what I kind of like though. They kind of add new things, but they kind of kept some of the old things, right? To keep some people like familiar who played, Call of Duty Zombies for a while, right? Um,
Oh, 100%.
that's what I kind of like, right? And also, I was gonna say the reason why one thing kind of remind me of Resident Evil because when the guy threw that thing, it's like the T virus getting thrown, and it's just the virus just spread. You know what I mean? It kind
Yeah.
of reminded me in the first Resident Evil movie from I believe it was from Mila. Remember when the guy just threw the T virus on the lab and kind of then it spread from the vents and to the whole facility, you know, that's why I thought like this cinematic trailer was great. That kind of shows that it's a zombie mode basically, right?
Oh, for sure. And you know, I like how it kind of starts off, you know, feels like classic Call of Duty as you jump into the camp or the trailer, sorry, not the campaign. Um, and you know, so you have characters that you're, you know, you feel like you know already. Um, you you know, you can see in the background right now, they walk into the room, they find the vials and a couple of dead bodies sitting around the table. They collect them, and it goes from there, right? Like it's not just kind of throwing you into, oh, you're stuck in a room with zombies, that are trying to break in, right? It actually has its own backstory. It goes in depth. It shows you how it started and kind of where things are going to go from here. Now, I don't think that we are going to see what we're seeing in this trailer, honestly, because the in near the end, um, you can see two of the guys, they get away with one vial as they threw the other, and the one remarks that they think they have their weapon. So what I'm thinking is this was literally just a prelude. We'll probably see this as the introduction when you fire up zombies for the first time.
Yeah.
But I don't think that we're actually going to see necessarily this play out in the actual gameplay.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna be seeing something totally different. What that setting is going to look like, I don't know. I'm really excited to
Yeah.
see whether that's going to be, a modern city, if it's going to be, like I said, something like Verdansk, and um, you had said the name earlier.
The day before.
No, the Call of Duty. Oh,
Like
what is it?
Black Ops.
No, no, this is how much I play Call of Duty these days. The oh shoot, come on, why am I blanking?
Like Resident
Uh,
Evil.
no, it's about COD.
Oh,
um, the oh
it's
come
it's
on.
it's pretty late, bro. That's why we can't think straight, man.
All right,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about. Is I can even
I
like,
gotta look this up. Why
yeah,
why am I it's the like the Fortnite kind of version of COD.
oh, Warzone.
That's it. Thank you. What? Yeah, yeah. I think it's
Uh,
time to go to bed.
yeah.
Warzone. Thank you. Wow, that
Yeah.
was way too hard. Um,
It's okay,
okay,
man. There's
so
so many Call of Duties now. There's like it's so hard to name all of them, man.
no, I am absolute garbage at Warzone. I've
I'm the
got
same.
buddies who'll carry me through, and I've never won, even with friends. I think I've come in second.
Yeah.
But that's literally just because I had one friend who kept on reviving me every chance he got. I think I maybe hit one or two other players. Didn't get any kills on my own, so it was pretty
That's okay,
depressing.
man.
Uh,
I I won first place because my buddy stayed alive and I'm dead. Obviously, in Warzone, if one player is alive and he wins the game, you make it seem that you won. So don't feel
yeah,
bad. I won first place because my buddy stayed alive and I was dead, and I felt so accomplished to myself. I'm like, yeah.
that's funny. Yeah, man, I love the no that this is we're getting kind of sidetracked, but last year, the year before, we had the Warzone Zombies, where if you died, you came back as a zombie,
Yes.
and you had the chance of reviving from there by yourself, right?
Yeah, the Halloween special,
Yeah, and
basically.
man, the jump scares in that scared the crap out of me every time.
Yeah, I hate when you open a box and a face just shows up and you're like, especially when you're playing in a headset, you just like I always scream like a girl
Oh, so
every
do
time
I,
I
man. I jumped. I just about threw my controller at the TV a couple times. It was terrible. Um, but I digress. Like I said though, it'll be interesting to see if it's more uh, like a Warzone type, open world, right,
Yeah.
versus the uh, like I said, maybe an amalgamation of different maps that you kind of bounce through, kind of thing, right? Like,
Right.
I know that in previous zombies, portals were a big thing, right? You can take a portal from one
Yeah.
one location to another, or I think it was
Cold War had it.
uh,
Black Ops had it.
Black Ops.
Yeah. The
There were two in Black Ops that one I love, and I wish that they would bring it back.
the Dead
Um,
Factory, I think was the one. I think it was called The Rise. that after you unlock you upgrade your gun, then like right beside it, I think there was like a big portal that you can go through. Let's say if you're in danger.
Well, there was the one that I liked, where it was the mines. So you started off in like above, in like a mining facility, and then you had the, it wasn't a portal, uh, but if you got to a certain point, you could slide through the tunnels, and you would end up
Mm.
in like an old western town.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Or there was another one where you were actually going through a couple towns, and you would have to jump on a bus to bounce between each of the locations, and the bus would actually take you.
Oh yes, yes,
You know,
I remember that one. That was
so,
a good one.
so I'm wondering if it's gonna be like that, or like I said, if it's actually gonna be, you have free reign to go wherever you want, whenever you want, kind of thing. Like I said, that's going to be super exciting. I think, very intuitive, something that I think is going to be a real big thing with gamers these days, just because everyone seems to be looking for that kind of gameplay. Right there, everyone wants that open world feel, that freedom to, like I said, go wherever, whenever, instead of being so contained. Right. So I think it'll be really interesting to see. I'm looking forward to keeping my eye out for, excuse me, some more trailers to come, and kind of see what direction they start going in, or if they even release any other teasers or full trailers beyond this one.
Yeah, so a couple things I want to bring up is, remember when you mentioned about the trailer, which I agree we won't see it as, um, the place will be, where it is. The only thing I can see is going to be here is maybe those characters in that trailer is probably going to be the characters that we can play as.
You know what? That would be I think that's probably a pretty safe bet. Either that, or we might be able to actually play as our own characters, whoever we customize, modify, whatever. Depending on the direction that they take. Right. I know that it always has been kind of preset characters, in the previous zombies, but with the direction that they are taking, I'm wondering if they'll allow us to bring in our whatever we play. If you play soap, if you play ghost, or whoever, right? If they'll bring in those, like your character that you play in online, if that'll be the character that you also play you or during zombies now.
Nope, I agree with that one.
Now, still talking about COD. This is something that I've missed for so long, and so many games have moved away from this, and it kills me. Call me old school. Maybe I just am living too much in the past. But the customizability of not necessarily your online character, uh, but your symbols, your logos. I used to spend hours creating different logos, different, for my calling cards and all that, right? Back when you could create your own. Now, I get that there is an issue with, um, racial or just inappropriate slurs and whatnot being used in those tags that people were creating. So I understand why uh, they only have it as preset that you can earn through gameplay purchases or what have you. Um, but is that something that you remember? Is that something that you miss, or are you happy with the way things are now for like I said, the calling cards and your icons for your character?
I'll be honest with you, man. When I used to play COD, I just really play, right? I put calling cards when I unlocked them, the cool ones. But me, honestly, when the calling card and stuff, I didn't really pay too much attention on those, so I got no comment on that.
Yeah, you didn't do much customization, huh?
Nah, man, it's just every time I play just Call of Duty before, it's just I just hop on and hop off with friends.
That's fair. That's fair.
I was gonna say too, if you actually go to the YouTube Call of Duty page, it actually says in the bottom, you are right, open world experience.
Oh, okay, right on.
Yeah, so
So I'm
if
not going crazy.
no, so if you go to the Call of Duty actually site, it'll say there, it's like dig into the lore of this mass open world experience or something like that in the bottom of the description of the video.
Okay, awesome. And all this will have linked in the description of this video. So anyone who hasn't seen this video, or you want the audio, if you saw it in the background here, we'll have that in the description. You guys can pop over, watch it for yourselves, listen, come up with your own thoughts, ideas, and we'd love to kind of see what you guys think in the comments as well.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess stay tuned for more because I will be playing also the Resident Evil Separate Ways, and I'm gonna give my review on that and how I enjoyed it compared to the original Separate Ways of Resident Evil. So stay tuned for that one.
So, is someone who's never really played Resident Evil games, is that something that like I enjoyed the movies. I love zombie games. I love. I prefer kind of online multiplayer MMOs, things like that. But I do like a really good single player game. Um, is that something that you would recommend getting into? If I can pick them up on sale or even full price. What are your thoughts on the Resident Evil while I have you?
Definitely Resident Evil 4 is out of all the remakes that happened from Resident Evil um 2, 3, and 4. 4 is the best. For me, man, you gotta play that game. That game is such a masterful remake, I would say.
I mean,
Um,
do you have to play the others to understand the story, or can you just jump right in?
um, I don't think so, man. Honestly, Resident Evil 4 has a little bit different story. Because it's not really zombies anymore. It's more like people in the village getting infected by some parasite, right?
Okay,
I wouldn't really say you really need to play the old ones, but there is some for sure kind of connectivity to the old ones, like who Albert Wesker is and all that stuff, right?
interesting.
But it's definitely something it's definitely my favorite remake out of all. I would say all three of them.
Awesome, buddy. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what your thoughts are, see your gameplay on that, and no, it's gonna be really cool, man. Uh,
Yeah, so it's gonna be a good game, man. I think.
so I guess before we close out here, do you have any other final comments on COD? Kind of have you said your piece? Any extra thoughts, or should we just wait for the next trailer, or I guess game release to see how things turn out?
No, man. All I gotta say is I'm excited, especially me and you gaming this one, dude. And we'll say our thoughts about it. And I'm pretty excited. I just can't wait till November 10, man, till this game comes out.
Okay, buddy. Yeah, I'm absolutely pumped for that. Uh, you know, I might. I might just, I'm starting to feel a little cold coming on. I think it's little far out, but I think I might be sick on November 10th. So,
Time
you
to
know,
use those vacation days, man. That's what they're for, right? Or sick days, right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I got a bit of a fever. I'm just not feeling right, so I might I might be having to use a sick day, uh, and yeah, best remedy for when you're sick is video games, right?
Or just say that your finger hurts and call in sick.
Yeah, trigger finger hurts. It's too. Too much, too much,
Too much gaming.
yeah, too much clicking.
Yeah. No, I'm excited, man. I can wait till me and you start this, and we'll get our first thought in it if it's worth it or whatsoever. Did a good job. Obviously, the first few times it won't be because of the server, but I think later on it'll get better.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I think it's going to be bogged down a little bit. Every game always has their issues on release. It's just the way things are these days. But no, I think that I think we'll have a pretty solid product to be playing upon release. So yeah, I'm really excited to see this one through.
Yes, sir. I'm the same.
Awesome, buddy. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Again, this is PyroClause and LeoHeart with Dadbodz Gaming. Hopefully, you enjoyed listening. To our thoughts and ideas here. And we'll keep you posted on more to come for this and many more games. Have a great
All
night.
right. Thanks, guys.